Welcome back to I Did This Instead of Killing Myself, everyone. A stand-up comedy podcast based in Greenville, South Carolina. My name's David Bakker. It's the week of August 1. Welcome to August. Holy crap, where'd the summer go? I hope you guys are having a good start to your week. I am, this weekend was weird. I wanted to say something about, keeping on. I had a show on Saturday and it didn't go so hot. I was hosting and it was at a bar and, it didn't do good. I bombed. The start was fine, and then people started eating, and then just kind of got away from me a little bit. And dude, it is so. I hadn't had that happen in a while. It's like, gosh, it seems like it's like guys in ED. It's like, I swear this never happens to me. Oh my gosh, but you just feel so like emasculated, and it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it; those still sting. So when I woke up this morning, that taste was still kind of fresh in my mouth, and I don't know. I think I'm saying this for my own benefit more than yours, but with stand-up and probably in life, there's those times that happen, and you just have to keep it going. Part of me was like, I don't even want to do this damn podcast intro. I want to just, that's my stress reaction. It is retreat. You know, the fight or flight thing. Mine's definitely flight. I'm like, well, that didn't go my way. I have anxiety and negative emotion. I'm going to curl up in bed. But you know what? F that, dude. F that. Shit happens. It's no big deal. It wasn't that bad. And you got to keep going. You got to keep stepping. So I'm saying that to encourage myself and maybe you, if it's on this Monday morning, you're feeling like you don't feel like doing stuff. It's a beautiful day. There's a lot of great stuff out there. Stay positive. But we do have a good week of comedy coming up here in the beautiful city of Greenville. And we have a good guest today. My guest today, Chavis Lipscomb. Chavis is a new friend of mine. I met him probably 2 years ago when I started doing comedy here in Greenville. And he recently relocated. I forget the city he was living in, but it was kind of far away. He recently relocated to the Greenville area. So now he's at a lot more of the mics, and we're getting a chance to hang out. And he's done a podcast in the past. He's done stand-up for probably about 2 years now in total, if you count all the mics he's done. And very thoughtful guy, very open, transparent, vulnerable guy, and very funny guy. On this interview, we talked about how would you protect yourself in prison. I have some ideas about that. How do you keep your head on a swivel, not get fought in prison? Advice about the importance of stage time. He had some good nuggets about that. How to stand up for yourself in life. How to not be a target. Chavis, it felt like he kind of was a lot of his life. And I was too, kind of being the butt of jokes and stuff like that. You got to learn to stand up for yourself. Conflict resolution with his girlfriend and a couch. I share the first 2 jokes I ever told on stage. I actually tell them. They're bad, but if you want to hear what they are, that's in there too. We talked for about 2 hours. Great interview. I think you'll enjoy it. Put it on. Enjoy your week. Get into the grind. I hope you enjoy it. Before we get to the interview, though, here's what's going on this week in local comedy, the week of August 1st, 2022. Tonight, we have Coffee Underground, downtown Greenville, hosted by No Expectations Comedy, Travis Thubbin, Craig Holcomb. That show starts at 7 o'clock. Get there at 6:15 to sign up. That list is filling up fast now. On Tuesday, we have a show at the Comedy Zone, Taco Tuesday show. Our headliners, Scooter Fowler, featuring Ryan Rubin, Big Daddy Cater, Ken Wood, and Jalen Orr. Some great guys on that show. Come on out to the Comedy Zone. Tuesday, the Radio Room, 8 o'clock, Bill Reiner, open mic. Message Bill to get a spot. In Columbia on Tuesday, the Art Bar hosted by Patrick Fowler. That mark starts at 8:30. DM Patrick for a spot. Also on Tuesday in Asheville at the Auditorium hosted by James Herod. That show starts at 9 o'clock. Message James to get on that list. On Wednesday, we have the Birds Fly South mic hosted by Bill Reiner. This is a new mic I'm going to start promoting, a brand new open mic, but it is in town if you don't want to drive out of town to get stage time on a Wednesday. Also on Wednesday in Asheville, we have the Disclaimer open mic at the Asheville Music Hall. Carrie Goff's your point of contact. That's an 8 o'clock show. Thursday, we have the Jokes Out Loud show hosted by Brandon Rainwater. That's a $10 cover. That's at 8 o'clock. Sign up for that is every Sunday at 5 o'clock on the Jokes Out Loud Facebook page. On Friday, we have All Jokes Aside at Habiba's, hosted by Dante Anderson. That's a 9 o'clock show. Message Dante for details. And this weekend, our celebrity comic at the Comedy Zone is Jamie Lisso. He's going to be here on Friday and Saturday. 2 shows on Friday at 6 and 9 and 2 shows on Saturday at 6 and 9. Tickets available at greenvillecomedyzone.com. All right, that's it for local comedy. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. Stay positive. Keep trucking. And I hope you enjoy my interview with Chavis. Here it is. Chavis.
Can you...
Lipscomb. Welcome to the show, man.
Oh, we started?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's up, peeps?
I didn't know.
You want to wave to the people?
Oh, what's up, man?
What's up? 100 something maybe people. It used to be like 6 people watched.
6.
Yeah.
Where you at now?
I don't know. We got on YouTube usually between 100 and 200 views, and then on the other platforms maybe 30 to 40.
Okay.
Depends on the guest.
I don't like it just depends for me because whenever I go live, it depends on people on other people's podcasts.
Yeah. Because so you're talking about your podcast that you do when you go live.
Mm-hmm.
So you just go live on Instagram.
It'll be live on Instagram or Facebook. I still haven't figured out Facebook, but I recently had stopped doing the podcast.
Yeah, I heard. So wait, when you do the Instagram one, you can just go live and it'll record that interaction.
Yeah, and
then you can just post that video like on your page.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not like a tech savvy guy. So
yeah, dude.
If I'm doing the podcast, whatever it is, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the easiest way to do it.
Because I'm simple. Like because every you know how a lot of people would be like, "Hey, David, do a skit or something," right? I don't like doing that shit.
Yeah, like editing a video together and doing a skit. Yeah, I like doing them, but they are a pain in the ass. It's a ton of work to produce those.
I'm lazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm never gonna do it. If I ever do it,
yeah,
I got to do it with somebody.
Yeah,
because no.
You need a tech guy.
No,
I could be your tech guy. I nerd out with the video editing. I do it all myself. But yeah, man, it's a lot to do those sketches.
See,
but,
I was in the middle of doing season 2. I had recently announced like, hey, I'm doing season 2. So like if anybody wanted to do it, they could. So I had gotten I think I had gotten a set for maybe like 15 episodes to do season 2.
Yeah.
And then I stopped.
Then you just stopped? Dude, yeah, you got to fight that laziness, man.
Not due to the laziness, right? So recently Tyrone Burston, right?
Uh-huh.
Tyrone has been a good friend and a brother to me. Especially
is he a comic?
Yes, especially comic out of Charlotte.
Charlotte, okay.
So
what's that guy's name again?
Tyrone Burston.
Tyrone Burston?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I haven't met him yet.
And Tyrone Burston or Burston Tyrone. I don't.
Burston Tyrone is the stage name?
I don't even know.
Okay.
But so normally whenever I write, I come up with like a premise, because I don't like to say that I like writing, that I write jokes. I write premises, right?
Okay. And then you figure out the rest on stage?
Yeah. So if I have a premise, I'll just go on stage and just start talking, and it may not go well, but
yeah, no shit.
but it'll just go out.
Yeah.
So I had recently text Tyrone like on over Instagram, and I said, "Yo, dude, I got an idea for something," and he was like, "Yo, if it don't work on stage, I don't want to hear it. He said something along the lines of that. And then I said,
what was the idea? Was this the idea for the second season of the podcast? Or
no,
it
was just an idea for something that I had on stage because I had rewritten.
I got you. Okay, we're talking about stand up now. Okay.
So whenever I got on, whenever I told him about it, he was just telling me, you know, if it doesn't mean nothing if it's not performed on stage.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Yo, if you perform just as much as you talked about comedy, you would be halfway decent."
Yeah.
Season 2 canceled.
Yeah. So that inspires you to get on stage more instead of focusing on the podcast?
Yeah, because I had to understand that he was making a valuable point about you don't want to be a person that just talks about something. You want to actually be the one to do it.
Dude, 100%. That is a great piece of advice. I coached high school, or I was assistant coach. These are the guys back here, by the way. Marvin Ridge, it's south of Charlotte, in 2015. And the head coach, great head coach, and he had the same piece of advice you just mentioned. He said, don't talk about it, be about it. And he told that to our kids. And he said, that's the most important thing. And I think that's good advice in life and football, in comedy too, especially. And I tend to be that person, like with other comics. I tend to be like the mic Nazi. Like if there's a good comic, like if I saw you and I didn't see you at a lot of mics, I'd be like, dude. Probably say the same thing. Yeah, I don't. Interesting premise. It's fine. Go do it on stage.
Yeah, because
do it on stage.
I don't like the thing about it is people. I don't know what it is, but a lot of times people ask me about, yo, what are you going to say before you go on stage? I don't tell people nothing because because the thing about it is when you tell somebody something, and if they are in the joke, they could probably take that away from you, and they could be like, I don't feel comfortable with you saying this. And
yeah, there's that, or they might not laugh at it, and then you lose confidence in it, and then you're like, I'm not going to try that anymore.
You don't want to kill.
Yeah. Dude, I feel the same. I don't tell people joke ideas usually before I try them on stage myself. Mostly because I'm afraid they won't laugh, and I'll be like, no, like I'll do it different. Like, let me try it on stage, you know. And I'll do that too with the premise. I'll go up there with just a premise. Yeah,
the premise to me just gives an idea because whenever I would write a joke, the jokes would just literally just be like a simple word or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I changed the way that I was writing.
What was the premise you told Tyrone that time? Do you remember what the premise was?
I don't.
You don't? You got any premises you're working on right now?
Yeah. But it's like I haven't even been through maybe 2%. Matter of fact, the last time I was at the Comedy Zone, I had showed Whitney. Whitney
Rayner.
Shout out to Whitney.
Yeah.
I was I had a composition book full of premises of everything that I've written over the years.
Right.
I haven't even been through 2% of it.
Okay. So, give me one. Can you give me one? I mean, I know I just said you don't tell premises off stage, but
so,
I'm curious.
If I had the book, I'd know. Let me see.
You blanking? It's fine.
Nah, it's on my phone.
Okay. Stand by, people. Chavis is looking up joke premises on his phone.
So, one of the premises I had was my way of protecting myself in jail.
Okay.
I don't know.
How would you protect yourself in jail? Let's think about this. I would probably sharpen the other end of my toothbrush into a shiv. The other way you could protect yourself in jail is eating a shit ton of food and just like farting all the time.
Yeah.
So that you stink and nobody wants. Just don't bathe. Nobody wants to be around you. Pick a way. I don't know. I'm bombing with this. See, no, you're not allowed to. How else can you protect yourself in jail? You get in with the guards.
I don't know, But
Lift weights.
I knew that the direction I was going to be going was probably going to be some gay shit.
Some gay shit?
Probably going to be some gay shit.
Yeah. Yeah, what do they say? You got to be there's a line from Office Space. He's like, kick somebody's ass the first day or become someone's bitch. Then everything will be all right.
No, I'm not a fighter, so I know it's going to be over.
So you be somebody's bitch?
Like I know I'm going to fight.
Right.
But I don't. But you know, my amount of toughness is, if you test me, you're probably gonna win.
Yeah. Dude, I feel the same way. I don't want to be in a fight. Have you ever been in a fight before in real life?
I've been the avoider.
The avoider?
I've been lucky to avoid it.
Yeah, that's good. I was in one fight, my senior year of college. I punched my best friend in the face. Not good.
And punched him.
Yeah, dude. Well, okay, I'll tell the story really quick. I think I mentioned this on the podcast before, but I was like the butt of a lot of jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Chavis, you got a call? Ignore that crap. This is important. I'm just kidding. I don't care. But yeah, so I was like getting shit on by my friends a lot. Like I was just, I was just the punching bag, and like I gave them a reaction, so they liked making fun of me. So one of the last parties we had right before we graduated, we were all drunk and it was horrible. And my one buddy made a comment. He said, "That corporate job you took, you're such a sellout." And I got real mad. And then he made this comment about my little sister that was really awful, vulgar and shit. And he said, and I was super pissed. And then I went right up to him, chest to chest. And then I calmed myself down, was going to be the avoider, turned around. And then he said, "Yeah, you're not going to do anything, you fucking pussy bitch." And then I walked right back up to him, wound up, and slugged him as hard as I could in the face. And he went down. And, he hit his face on the side. It was bad. It was really bad. He had his whole face swelled up. It looked like a Mike Tyson tattoo, dude. It was like his eye was almost swollen shut, and he had to go to the hospital. Everybody at school, it was a small school, so everybody saw it and was like wondering what happened. So I apologized that same night, and he's like, "It's okay." But we were like crying and drunk, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I love you, man, I'm so sorry." And the next day, he had to walk around, and everybody asked him like what happened, and I was like next to him every step of the day. I made to not have to explain it.
You had your 15 minutes of fame.
I guess I didn't want that. I felt awful.
You had your 15 minutes of
Dude,
fame.
no, this is a lesson. Like, learn how to like deal with conflict before it boils over in a drunken.
Bro,
yeah. Talk to your friends if they're being bullies or like
the thing about it is, it's like I've developed a tolerance over time.
Yeah.
So
of like people giving you crap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is, it's like, dude, you're going to deal with that a lot. Like, especially being the target. I can't explain to you how much of a target I am.
Yeah, you've been a target your life?
All my life I've been a target.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe I seem easy. Like,
yeah?
when you look at me, you like, I'm gonna get them.
Yeah.
or
like you're too nice or something.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I don't even know what being too nice is.
Yeah.
Like, what is, if somebody explained to me what being too nice was, I'm like, dude, I really don't even know what the hell that means.
Yeah. I think I understand it as like you got to have the capability to like be dangerous. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't be a pushover and agree with everybody all the time. Like, you have to have your own ideas and stuff. And then when you kind of have to have an edge to you, like, so people know not to fuck with you.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So deep down, you got to have that. But if you're too nice all the time, people think you don't have that edge, and then they'll test you and they'll nudge you and they'll see if you got something underneath to like fight back. And I think psychologically, that's part of growing up is developing the shadow. They say it's the dark part of yourself that.
Yeah, that just to being the bad guy part.
The beast within. Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with being the bad guy.
Yeah, are you the you got a little fight in you too?
Yeah, but my fight is do I want to like get in a physical altercation with it? Of course not. But to avoid the physical altercation, I had to get better with being able to, talk and actually pursue conversation and things like that. So
and say no to people.
Exactly.
That's the thing I have an issue with. Like I'll say yes to almost anything, or I used to. You have to learn to say no to people.
No, I debate with damn near everybody.
You debate? What are some of your debate topics?
My debate topics have been like sports or just certain subjects. It just depends on what's being brought up. Relationships are definitely can be a big debate. Like that's something that me and my lady go back and forth about a lot.
Yeah, like what about relationships?
So I guess just depends on like your role in the relationship. Like
yeah. How long you been together with your girl?
I've been with mine for what'll be 4 years in August.
4 years? Okay, pretty serious. So what is the appropriate role in the relationship for the guy and the girl?
I think you just figure out a place to have a balance. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to feel like you're over her. You don't want to make her feel like she's over you either. So sometimes you just and sometimes she gon' test you.
Yeah. Yeah. What does your girl do to test you?
She doesn't really test me, but there'll be certain things like say for instance, right? It could be over a couch.
Uh-huh.
And I say, listen, the couch is leather. It's probably going to tear sooner or later. She'll be like, no, I like the couch. And I say,
like, you want to replace it?
Yeah, I don't like the couch because that's the debate shit I be talking about. So I'll be like, okay, see, now I got to make a point.
So did you get the couch replaced?
No, we ain't even got a couch yet. So
so she won. Yeah, still got the leather couch.
No, I'm not doing no leather couch.
Yeah,
I've done experienced that with my mom. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I don't know, dude. I haven't been in a relationship since 20, or well, not like a real serious one since 2020. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think the fights, you have to like pick your battles probably.
Exactly. You
You
learn where you gonna win.
Yeah.
You learn where you gonna win.
Yeah. You learn the ones that aren't worth fighting probably.
Because like a lot of times people that are in relationships, they'll argue about little stuff, and and as a man you just gotta realize it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I feel like I sense that now. Sometimes I'll have friends that are maybe outside of comedy or whatever, and they'll tell me about an argument they're having with their girl, and it's just like about freaking nothing, like details of a text conversation or something. And I'm just like, man, life's too short. I used to think, yeah, dude. I used to think, I used to get real uptight about stuff. You blowing up, man?
No, I'm not.
No, you're good. That Apple Watch, man, that's actually pretty good. But yeah, man, I used to be real anal about, like, anything could make me fly off the lid, like traffic or something. Like I'd freak out or like little things in a relationship. But now I think comedy's made me more easygoing because
comedy has made a lot of things more easier for me.
Yeah, has it? Yeah,
because it's because I've learned, because again, the tolerance, right? You learn that in stand up you can't lose your head no matter how bad it gets. Like you gonna have to keep your cool.
Yeah, you got to get used to bombing.
Bro. Oh my God, bombing.
Yeah,
was not my best friend. I was, and it's still like. In the beginning, whenever I bombed, I was never okay with bombing. I could not sleep at night.
Yeah. Oh man.
Them were some long nights.
Dude, bombing is brutal. If anybody's watching this and isn't a comedian, bombing.
My man, you.
I don't think we've talked a lot about this show. We talked about bombing stories. We haven't talked about what bombing feels like. Like you said, you can't sleep.
No, you can't. You can't. Especially when you don't know how to deal with that. Like, bro, that's a mental that drains you mentally, because you be sitting there like damn. Cause was there anything that I could have done?
Yeah, they just. Oh God. Yeah, it's bad because like, if you bomb, and they're like. There's different kinds of bombs. If you're bombing so bad that they're like looking at you, hearing you, and not smiling and like kind of frowning and silent the entire time.
Okay, have you ever gotten a boo bomb?
Oh yeah, I've got booed off stage.
I've never gotten booed.
I almost think silence is worse than getting booed sometimes.
That's the only type of boo I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
I've literally never gotten a boo, like boo. Yeah. I've always gotten a. You can hit. You see how silence. You can hit. You see how you can hit air conditioning.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's like they're looking at you and they're telling you they don't like you. They don't. Mm-hmm. It's not even just your jokes. It's like they don't like you, and they're like, "When is this over?" And they're uncomfortable, and it's like, "Oh my God." Bro, it is the most humbling experience. One of the most humbling experiences I've ever had in my entire life. Yeah. I heard somebody on a stand-up documentary say it's like you're at a barbecue and your dad yells at you in front of everybody and like slaps you upside the head. And then afterwards, nobody even looks at you or talks to you.
Yeah, bro. Bombing is like, it's like when you propose to a girl and she tells you no.
I've never proposed to a girl, so I don't know.
Like you're in front, you run this big surprise, and you're just like, man, this is gonna be big. Like I love her. I know she loves me. And then next thing you know, you get on one knee, you say, hey, I want to marry you. Yeah. And she says.
Yeah,
you don't know what to do after that.
Yeah, dude, how do you come back from that?
You can't,
dude. I like to know. You know, you see those videos online of guys that propose and get shut down. Like I've seen a few of those. I kind of wonder what happened after that. Did that relationship last? I can't imagine.
Bro, I don't know how you go back home.
Yeah,
because you gotta put that ring back in your pocket. You gotta. I gotta kill it now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's brutal, man. Because you think it's a pretty high percentage shot. Like, what are the odds she says no? We've been dating unless you're totally clueless about where the relationship's at. But like, I mean, most girls are gonna say yes to a ring.
Mm-hmm. Most
girls want to get married.
Yeah, but when you get that no, that's what bombing feels like.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like. Cause it wasn't even just bombing for me. It was the fact that I couldn't even get through. I couldn't even finish the set or whatever. Like I think there are times whenever I'll throw a punchline and then I'll look around to see if anybody's laughing. Uh-huh. And if ain't nobody laughing, I'm like, all right, that didn't work. So
that'll get a laugh though.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
But
people are not assholes. You know?
Mm-hmm. But it's like my bombing. I'm trying to get through the process of being able to bomb but still finish the set.
Yeah.
Instead of just bombing and then I can't, and then I just throw the whole shit out.
Yeah. I'm starting to get a little bit of that, where like I can recover if a joke bombs and like acknowledge what everybody's probably feeling. Like you could say something like, well, that didn't work. That's what I do. Like that's something you could say to help get a little laugh. Or if it's like really edgy and they don't go for it, just be like, yeah, that's what I'm opening with. How are you doing? You guys uncomfortable? Yeah.
Bro,
okay. It'll be okay, I promise.
The being edgy is so weird because it's like when you try to be. I don't even know what really trying to be edgy is, but it's just I guess it's just a testament to see how far you can go or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I did a joke about banging a Holocaust victim last night.
Yeah.
I just said that. Yeah. It was kind of that initial reaction. And that's what I said. I said, yeah, that's what I'm opening with. And this woman, as soon as I said it, she was like, I was like, Miss, are you okay? I'm sorry. It was my first joke. I was just screwing around. And they were like, yeah. But I acknowledged, and then I kind of got him a little, and then went to something else, and then got him a little more, and then lost him again, and then tried to get him at the end and kind of got him a bit. But I don't know. It's fun. Like, I think if you do enough sets, you just don't give a shit as much, and then you can just kind of like screw around like that.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Now I don't give a shit. But my give a shit is like if I go down, you go down with me.
yeah. You're gonna pay attention to me, and
yeah.
How long have you been doing stand up now?
14. I started stand up at 14.
What?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 23.
23.
But starting off at 14, it's definitely been an on and off situation.
On and off situation. I got you.
So that's why it's like for me, I definitely felt like a part-time worker.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
In that instance, I was probably doing stand up maybe once or twice a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not very frequent at all.
It's not.
Yeah, man. You need what's his name to yell at you and tell you to get on more mics. So how long, like, if you had to like guess like the amount of time in like years of like put together, if you were doing it every day,
if
you took the spread out mics you've ever done and condensed them, like how long do you think?
If I condensed it, I could maybe say maybe 1 or 2 years.
1 or 2 years? I got you. Yeah, that's like where I'm at. I'm about at 2 years. And yeah, man, those first couple of years are
bro, the first show that I did.
Yeah, when you were 14. Tell me about that show.
So whenever I was 14, I was just hosting a show.
Okay.
I was just hosting a talent show, so that's where I kind of like got the feel to be able to know what it was like being in front of an audience and things like that. So that was definitely a different experience, but I loved it. Right?
Was that high school?
No, this was like middle. I was in my 8th grade year.
8th grade. Okay. Yeah.
So that was definitely dope.
So what kind of stuff did you do as host of the talent show?
I twerked.
You twerked?
I twerked. What else was it? I was just picking. But the thing about it was they had a script for me.
Okay.
Of things that they probably wanted me to say. So then I looked over the script and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I went off script.
Yeah. Do you remember what you said?
I don't know, but I know there was a girl that was like handicapped, and I was trying to go off the script or whatever, like reading off the script or whatever, and it did not go well.
Okay.
I was
what? How was she handicapped? Was she in a wheelchair?
Yeah, like it was like one of those.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I was. And
so what did you have to say?
I don't even remember, but I know it didn't go well.
Yeah,
because my mom told me, she was like, Chavis, when you said that, I was just like, oh my God, and I was just like, well, I did have a script in front of me to say.
You didn't make fun of her or anything, did you?
I don't even know. I don't really think I did. I don't feel like I did.
Yeah.
But she was one of those.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She was one of those, but I looked and I was just like, all right, time to twerk. So,
so you twerked next to the girl in the wheelchair?
I'm just kidding, David. I didn't do that, but it was definitely like.
You're like, I know this wheelchair girl's not that impressive. Check this out, dude. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're going to hell, Chavis.
and you know what, dude? That's probably like the first time I felt the edge part come. I think me saying crazy shit has just always been a part of me.
Yeah. I think it's normal for new comics like me or you to like do edgy stuff.
Mm.
Because you want a reaction, so you want to go hard, I guess. I think it's fun to see if you can get away with stuff, but Yeah. Not all crowds are down for it.
Yeah,
Sometimes you take those risks. Sometimes,
dude, I'm always willing to take a risk though. That's the
yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with taking a risk because I wanna be able to test the waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like you even though somebody said may say something or whatever, all I'm doing is I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna say some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
But I gotta test it.
Yeah, for sure. That just gave me an idea. You know, like sometimes I'll host here and there, like at Radio Room or sometimes at Comedy Zone. But if it's an open mic, I think it'd be a good idea for the host to go up and say, by the way, this is an open mic. If you hear offensive, edgy shit, just know they're trying. They're not bad people. But you might hear some fucked up shit. If it's the more fucked up and the more... it might be the newer they are, but they're also trying stuff out. They're not trying to offend anyone.
Yeah, you figure out your lane. Like there are some comics where there are comics that feel like comics are just trying to be edgy, like just simply let me see if I can, and then there are the ones where it just comes natural to you. So you're like, okay, this is a thought process that I have. So let me see what I can, work with this.
Yeah, and it's got to be fun. It could be edgy, but it's got to be funny to work. But you got to test it to know if it's funny. Yeah. So I think that'd be a good disclaimer at some open mics to be like, they're trying stuff. So you're gonna hear some fucked up shit. If it's super fun, don't laugh. But also, it's hard to do this, and you might hear some stuff that's.
Yeah, I done, bro. Being in the comedy clubs, you gonna hear stuff like, and you gonna be like,
yeah. Honestly, if you come to a comedy show and you're above 18, just buckle up, man. You don't know what you're gonna hear. That's part of what makes it cool, It's part of what makes it fun. But sometimes people need to toughen up. Audience members, I think, and sometimes comics need to dial it back too, like I'm sure I do. Like,
I'll never be the one to ask somebody to dial it back. I'm just like, dude, fuck it.
Yeah,
just go and whatever comes, just all right.
Yeah, dude. If you try fucked up shit and it doesn't work, bombing is your punishment. So the comics doesn't need to get canceled or extra punishment. Just bombing is
just go home and figure that shit out.
yeah. Go home and don't sleep and cry yourself to sleep, whatever. But yeah, man. So 2 years.
Do you remember the first show you did?
Yeah, I do.
What was that?
That was at Comedy Zone. It was July 22nd or 26th, 2020. And I think I might have told this before, but I'll tell it again. My friend Ellen had invited me to an open mic, and she was the first comedian that I met here in Greenville. And I talked to her about her comedy, and then I was barely ever brave enough to say, do you think I could try that? And she said, yeah, there's open mics after the pandemic first started to slow down. So I remember I got the text. She said I want to say it was a Wednesday. It must have been a Thursday, actually. And she said, there's an open mic tonight if you want to come sign up. And I got the text, and I looked at my phone, and I was like, I'm going. And I'd already been editing together some clips, and I tried to make some funny videos at home that I'd put on Instagram, and they were the first one people really liked, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I thought about the idea of doing stand-up for a couple of months. So I had a couple of little ideas that I was going to go with. I had this joke about why aren't there more women pilots, and I said obviously it's because they're bad at driving. So, and that was a horrible misogynistic joke and not really that funny. But then I said I wish there were more women pilots because I think 9/11 would have gone a lot differently. Because if there's one thing I know about a strong, confident woman, what she's good at, it's shutting down a creepy, aggressive dude. So it's basically she'd shut down the terrorist. That was my first joke. And it got a little bit of laughs. And you know, I haven't done that joke in forever. But after I finished that, I just said, look, it's hard to approach girls. The terrorists would be scared. Like, that's what I'm saying. And people started to laugh a little bit. And then I had like one other thing about a label on a water bottle. This was the other joke. It said, recommended by doctors and nutritionists worldwide.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what doctor out there isn't going to recommend water? Like, that was just a weird idea to me.
Yeah.
Because they put that on the water. And I was like, that's really ridiculous. Nobody laughed. All I had was the premise. Again, I didn't have punchlines. So nobody laughed at that. And I was like, well, that's all I have. Thanks, everybody. And I got off. And I don't even think I finished 3 minutes. I don't think. Yeah, dude. Those are the two things I had to say. And I just got off. And there was enough of a little laugh at some point in that pilot thing where I was like, okay, I'm going to try it again. And I haven't missed like really a week since, you know, it's been at least 2 mics or more. Well, now it's like 4 or 5 mics a week, but that was my first time. Yeah. So.
Oh, I haven't even talked about this show since I did it, but
yeah, remember your first open mic true comedy set?
Mm-hmm. First show I did, I was making an announcement about it over at my dad's house.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, I'm doing a show July of, when was this, 2017?
At Comedy Zone?
Yeah, no, I was living in Salisbury at the time, so this was at Go Burrito.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, I'm doing a show at Go Burrito, yada yada yada.
Go Burrito?
Yeah.
Is that like a bar show?
Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. So
bar shows suck. I hate them. I never want to do another one again, but I will.
Bro, I did that. So the day the show comes, right? I'm sitting here. I have jokes that I had, you know, written down. Thought it was cool, and then next thing you know, all my friends was there. So it kind of felt like it was going to be a little bit easier, but at the same time, then that's whenever you get introduced to what stand-up comedy really is.
Yeah.
So then none of the jokes that I had written down was working. So
do you remember any of them?
Yeah. So I think I was talking about like me and an ex or whatever, but the thing about it is the shit just wasn't going nowhere. So, but it was like, but then that's whenever I figured out what it was, just talking in front of your friends. Like when you talking in front of your friends, they just want to hear you just say shit. Yeah. And then, but when you talking in front of people that don't know you, you can actually come up with a development of something, right? Yeah, yeah. So, nigga, I was just picking in front of people in the audience. I was like, yeah, my ex cheated on me. She's back there. I was ratting motherfuckers out.
Yeah. Did people laugh at that?
No. What happened was they was trying to in order to make the show seem like it was going great, they were boosting it. So they were sitting there like laughing over the tables and stuff like that. But I knew I wasn't doing well.
Oh well, at least you got some sound out of people. You know.
And then
I'll take that, man. Take that, especially your first time. People, you know.
You find out how lonely it is after, because bro, when I got back to class, it was one girl that was like, yeah, I wish I didn't go to that show because I needed my gas money back. I was like, fuck you even go for? But it was.
Oh, you charged for this?
I did not.
You did not? Somebody else did?
No, they.
Or did they just pay for their food?
No, they just paid for the gas to get there and stuff like that.
So she said they wish she didn't pay the gas money to come see that? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what a biatch. Excuse me, but
yeah. I was man. In the beginning, I was hurt.
Yeah, of course.
I was hurt, and I never said that out loud, but I was like, "Fuck everybody."
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, this is why I never like my friends when they come see me. I literally had a friend come like 2 weeks ago, and yeah, that was last week actually, and I was extra nervous and stuff. Mm-hmm. It went fine, but still, Friends or family? I prefer complete strangers, or if comics are there, that's fine. But like,
it feels easier performing in front of people that I don't know, like
that you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it feel, I don't know what it is, but I think for me the reason why is because whenever I'm actually trying to have a conversation about something, I feel like I can get that better across compared to friends who's not really. They're like, yeah, you know,
they know everything about you already. Yeah, they know a lot about you already. And yeah, and there's just that added expectation. I don't know. I have so much anxiety performing in front of friends or family.
I have no expectations of performing in front of them. Like, I really could care less.
Yeah, yeah.
I really could care less.
Yeah. Do family and friends come to your shows now?
They ask me if they're like, hey man, when your next show? And I be like, I don't. If I know, I won't tell you.
Yeah, I guess at some point we should get over that. But yeah, that's trippy, man.
But the thing about it is, you want to get over it, but you just can't.
Yeah,
because you. It's like, bro, I know you, and when you come to see me, it's like,
yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to a place mentally where like it's kind of like being okay with bombing. Like, do your thing no matter what, and don't get flustered, and just be you. And like, I don't give a shit who's here. I don't care. I don't care if there's 2 people or 1,000 people. I'm gonna be the same version of Chavis, no matter what. You know, I don't care if my family's there. Although, yeah, you know, seeing one person in the audience can fuck with you. Do you like Seinfeld?
Do I like Seinfeld? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I don't watch the show, but I've seen him do stand-up. I've seen his stand-up.
Well, there's an episode in the show where he does this show in this random city, this stand-up comedy show, and his secretary goes, Jerry, I don't want to freak you out, but the pilot is going to be in the audience. He's like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, the pilot. You remember the plane we came in on? The pilot on that plane is going to be in the audience. And he's like, what? Why are you telling me this? She's like, I just didn't want you to freak out when you saw him. He's like, I'm not going to freak out. What do you mean? The pilot. And then he goes out on stage and he's starting his jokes. And then he looks at the crowd and he sees the pilot like with the light on him. And he's like, oh, what was I talking about? And then he bombs the whole time. And then he gets off the stage. He's like, why did you tell me about the pilot? If you hadn't said anything, I would have been fine. I became obsessed with him. Like,
it
can fuck with you. Little things in the room can fuck with you.
It takes you away from what you were originally going to say. Because the thing about it is, for me, when every show that my friends have been at, I bombed.
Yeah.
Right? So
me too.
so it gives them extra shit to say off stage. So I'd be like, so that's why I don't be wanting to tell them nothing, because they'll be like, yo, because I know personally I'm about to bomb.
No, you can't think that way.
I know personally there's nothing that I'm going to do to avoid bombing tonight. I know it's coming.
You can't think like that, bro.
No, I don't. I used to think like that. Now I don't. But it's like, it's just that feeling that I get, like, yeah, because every time that they came to see me, it was just me working on material and things like that. But they wasn't aware of that, and neither was anybody else.
Yeah.
So it's just, the thing about it is, whenever they came to see me, I was bombing.
Yeah.
And then
they think you just are not that good.
They think, yeah. So now it's like, now they just carry that the rest of the way until I actually do well.
Yeah, that's brutal, man. Yeah, I had that here because we used to do the rooftop show. Did you ever come to one of those?
I don't. The one at the pool.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I was never, because I was still living.
You live pretty far. Yeah. So we would do that, and half my buddies were too cheap to come to the Comedy Zone and pay $10 to see a better show. So they just said, yeah, we'll just come to the rooftop and see your stand up. And not that many people come. It's basically just comics and my friends the first couple of times. And I try to, get laughs, and I was so new that I was it was awkward and forced, because it's I should just be talking to. If you could just make it seem like I'm talking. But I would, bomb a set basically, and the host, I was like, all right, whatever, we're gonna bring up your first, and my friends just formed an opinion, like, yeah, well, David sucks at stand up. I was like, no, dude, it's a stupid show. It's a pool show. It's outside, which is the worst fucking place to do stand up in the world. There's no fucking, the laughs don't stay anywhere. It's like doing it into a vacuum of space. And I suck anyway. I was brand new. This was like, maybe less than a year in. So I'm like, no, it's not gonna be good. But they don't know that, and then they walk around with that opinion in their heads for God knows how long. Same thing if you perform for your family, it doesn't go well.
They carry that opinion with them, and then it just follows. So every time that you be sitting there talking junk about them, they just be bringing up your stand up career. They be like,
what the hell is this guy doing? What a loser. What a loser. What is he doing? Like, this is pathetic, dude.
Are you even going to go far?
Yeah, at first they're like, that's kind of cool. They're like, this guy sucks. Kill yourself, bro.
Yeah, they hear it. They be like, man, bro, I hope you make it. And then,
like, good luck with that,
dude. I knew you was gonna be something, bro. You got this. And then you bomb. You like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. But thank God, there's a lot of strangers out there that you can do stand up in front of and get better. And maybe in 10 years.
Because they have to listen to what you say or whatever. So.
Yeah, they came for comedy. They don't have any expectation about who you are or whatever. You get to form that in the 5 minutes you have or longer.
Not until whenever you become somebody, then that's that's different.
Yeah, but that's when the family will come back in and be like, okay,
I want to come and see you.
Yeah, it's hard. I hope some people listen to this episode to help,
and I
get that perspective, because it's hard for family and friends who don't do stand-up to understand what it's like, or like the different dynamics that go into a show being good or bad. There's so many variables. There's so many things that can make a bad show.
They'll be thinking, they'll be sitting there thinking like, man, you just like, bro, I make my friends and family laugh all the time, and I'm like, dude, it's not the same.
Yeah, they say that they can do it. You mean like they think that because they make their friends it's so different.
Like I'm like, dude, when you actually got to go up and talk, and they actually have to take the time to listen to you. Bro, it's a whole kind of different conversation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the better you get, like I went up to Asheville last night, and some of the good comics up there. Cody Hughes is my favorite. Jess Cooley also. Like some of these guys, like no matter what, like they can extract out laughs somehow, some way, and they can control that. And like no matter what they're up against, they won't shy away from whatever's going on. So yeah, I think the more you do it, the less likely those awkward things. You learn how to bomb. You learn how to, crowbar things in. Cody said that. I remember like 2 weeks ago, he had a set where it went well, but he said, "Yeah, I was having to crowbar it in though." He said, like they weren't just laughing at the initial joke. Like he had to like, "No, you don't get it. Like this, blah blah blah," and you just get real animated and until they finally cracked and laughed and just hitting them. And so I don't know how you develop that other than just being on stage thousands of times.
Tyrone would always tell me, it'd be like you got to understand that the microphone is the best teacher. So and I would try to explain that to friends or whatever. They'll be like, well, Chavis, you gotta talk to your audience members. I'm like, dude, I go home, I don't know.
Oh, after the show?
I don't know them.
Yeah, like talking. What do you think I should have done different?
Yeah, bro. If I'm performing, do you know how many people come to an open mic?
Yeah.
Oh, especially whenever we at the Comedy Zone, bro. We see a different audience every Thursday. So we're not. So we don't know. We don't be coming off stage and go, hey, what you think? Yeah. I mean, it's nice if a set goes well and they come up to you afterwards and are like, "Man, I loved your set." Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they just don't do anything. Like,
Yeah, they just
see
walk
ya.
out. All right.
It's the worst when they like see you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had this sometimes where like the person next to me had a better set than I did or something, and they'll be like, "Hey, great set," and then they'll go to me and be like, "What's up, man?" Like, all right, screw you, dude.
I've always had man. You did a good job, and I know damn well I didn't even come close to doing a good job because
Yeah, that's worse. It's like pity. I want your pity, bro. Come on.
yeah, I don't want to be. I don't want to hug or somebody to let me know, hey man, just keep going. I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah. Don't say anything. Just leave. Thanks for the $10, which we don't get paid.
No,
That's
don't.
fine. I don't want to get paid. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, man, that's bombing for sure, dude. So you're 23.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? What's your day job?
I just work at Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Don't say you just work at Enterprise.
No, like I just work there.
Enterprise sales.
No, I work at I just clean them. I just detail the cars.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I hate it.
You hate it?
I'm not there, so I can definitely say that.
Yeah.
I hate it. I work at Walmart. I work at Walmart on the weekends. But
I gotcha.
But other than that, it's just Enterprise during the week.
Okay.
So it's like it sucks.
Yeah. So and where are you living right now? And by the way, I haven't talked to Chavis in a while, so I'm asking these really simple questions. But yeah. So like during the week, like actually, where are you living at right now?
I live in Taylor's right now.
Taylor's, and how far is that from Greenville?
I'm like a 15 minute radius from everything.
From Greenville?
Mm.
Why the hell are you not at more mics?
I just got here.
You just got here? There you go. Welcome back. How long have you been living in Taylor's?
Not that long.
Not that long?
Yeah.
What's not that long?
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. I'm expecting to see you at all the freaking mics.
No, you gonna see me.
Coffee Underground.
Yeah.
You ever been to Coffee Underground?
I haven't. You gonna see me. I promise you. Like I literally was just going to my girl and I said, you know what? I said, I hate all these jobs, and yet I still have not been on stage. Why the hell am I doing this to myself?
Yeah. No, that'll make the jobs better if you got stand-up to look forward to after it's over, for sure, 100%. I mean, that made my job way better. I was starting to get a little bored with it before I started. I'd been doing it a while, and it made the job way better. It's sales, but yeah, man. Coffee Underground, 7:00 Monday nights. We got Radio Room going on Tuesday nights now at 8:00. And then Wednesday up in Asheville, you can drive up if you want to. And we got, like last night, we had some Greenville people drive up. And then Thursday's Comedy Zone. So we got 4 mics. Oh, and Habiba's on Fridays. So you got no excuses, man. 5 mics.
I don't want to have any excuses, bro. I literally love stand up.
Yeah.
But I got that. The matter of fact, the time whenever we was talking on my podcast, and I told you how I was like dealing with like a mental thing because I had because I didn't want to lose the love for it.
Yeah.
Like that was definitely a eye opener because I felt like I was one of those guys where I was like, damn man, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna be if I don't have this. Like, will I still be? And then at a certain point, I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah. When you stop, it gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
At least for me. I've had periods where like I'll be on vacation for like a week or something, and even a week of not doing it, I already start to feel the old kind of negative stuff kind of creeping back in, and then it's harder to get out to the mic again. Cause like I don't know if I want to do that, and then I'm like everything else in my life is kind of like just this cloudy haze.
Yeah.
And, I remember one time recently that happened, and it was a Tuesday. And I could go to Columbia to do a mic, or I could have stayed home. And I was like, didn't want to go. But I just forced myself. I was like, screw it, just go down there. And I went down and I had a really good set. And I was like, after the set, I was like, what am I doing? Like, of course this is what I love to do. Of course. This is it. Force yourself to go. It's like working out. Like, you're always glad you're like, you know, after you went.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to go beforehand. And people who do this and want to do it and love it, like, doesn't matter what level, like, you kind of have to do it.
Yeah, you don't.
It helps balance you out.
Yeah, you're not going to be. It's like it doesn't get any easier for you being away from it. Like, you're gonna have to.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to be consistent about it because the thing about it is, like, how I feel comfortable right now just having a microphone in my hand. I was like, because that's why I told my girl, I was like, you don't understand. Like, having a microphone is just, I feel fucking free.
Yeah, you feel free.
I feel free.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I gotta carry a weight. Like,
Yeah.
I think, matter of fact, I think really that's what it was. I felt like every time that I was going on stage, I felt like I had to carry a weight with me.
Yeah.
Cause I was recently talking to a friend and he was just like, yo, like, the thing about it is, you going for something as far as like stand-up goes, it seems a lot like, especially in the entertainment, it just seems like so far-fetched or whatever. Like, we all want you to do well, and I'm like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I wanna do well too, but y'all ain't giving me a chance to just fail. Like, let me be bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't expect me to be this finished product of a comic right away. Understand that you're getting something out of the process. For sure, dude. Like,
they want you to do well, but they just can't respect the process. That was the most trouble I had with a lot of people.
Yeah, it's hard, and it's hard to get criticism, you know. Like, that's one of the things that really bothers me. And this whole interview we're talking about, like, negative aspects. But whatever, I'm getting it out. But basically, like, you know, I've sent a video, like, of a newer joke I was trying to some friends, and it wasn't done yet, but, like, I was working on the premise, and they were like, "That's it? That sucks." I was like, "Okay, thanks for your feedback." Like,
yeah,
the joke's not finished. I'm working on this idea. Like, you have no idea. You've never.
Yeah. You want my advice, David? Don't do that shit.
No, I know. I won't.
Don't do that shit.
I won't. You got to be careful who you share your ideas with, or any of your dreams with, for that matter. Because if they shit on it,
they will shit on it.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, you ever seen Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes.
So corny, but Will Smith's like, you got a dream, you got to protect it. Anybody says you can't do something, fuck them. Well, he doesn't say that.
They don't want you to do something that you don't want to do, and
yeah, that's more. Yeah, he says something about, like, that's a reflection on them, and you know, not you.
Friends are literally, they can be your worst enemy sometimes.
Yeah,
and my friends will probably watch this and they'll be like, "Man, we support you." Fuck you. I don't know. That's how. But I'm not saying it because I don't love them. I'm just like, dude, this is.
And I'm not mad at those people because they don't actually know.
Yeah,
how hurtful it could be.
Yeah, bro, y'all not in this position when you gotta go in front of people. Like, I remember recently I sent a guy from the group from a group chat that I'm in. I said, yo, I was like, bro, I really don't even want to send the video. But I was just like, all right, fuck it. But it was a video that I had already. This was stuff that I had already been trying to rework and everything like that. So it was an old video, right? I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So sent him the video. He looked over it and he was like, yo, I got a whole bunch of feedback that I wanna share with you, because if I was a paying customer, this is what I would expect from you.
Sure.
And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, that sounds kind of nice if he's giving you feedback.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was like, but I was like, bro, with all due offense, I don't give a fuck about you being a paying customer and coming to see me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then it went. Me saying that completely went left, and shit. It was just like, okay, well, I hope you don't make it. And I was like, oh, all right.
That's what he said? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, like if somebody puts it like that, I'd probably listen, and try and take like you gotta kind of pick out who your coaches could be and.
But I want.
Who's a fair judge? It's really hard. Like I look to older comics for that.
Yeah, I look.
That's like that. What's his name? Tyrone.
Tyrone. Yeah.
Yeah, like he sounds like a good one. Like he sounds like. How long has Tyrone been doing comedy?
Tyrone, if I'm not mistaken, Tyrone should be around his 10th year by now.
Yeah. See, somebody's been doing it 10 years. That's somebody you can definitely because they'll give you advice in the context of where you're at experience wise, and they'll know what's helpful and what's hurtful, and then
Yeah, it's the fairness in which you're telling me from a comedic perspective.
Right. If you ask a friend who's not in stand up, they'll judge you based on what how good is Jerry Seinfeld compared to you. Well, probably a lot fucking better.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I don't really know, cause the thing about it is like I had already went with Tyrone had told me, he was like, dude, I hate that joke because it's missing a whole lot of details, and like we had already went over that, right. And another mentor has been Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis, yeah, I know him.
Yeah,
why do I know him? He's pretty big time, isn't he? Yeah. What has he said to you?
Ryan has been a guy where he'll be like, he'll like whenever I was having trouble with bombing and things like that, he was like Chavis, they've all bombed. Like no matter how great they've all been, they've all bombed. So, and then he made me understand like how important being interesting is compared to always trying to be funny. Like,
that's a good point. So he said being interesting is really important, almost more so than just being funny. Yeah.
So Ryan has been a guy that's been I'd say the more complicated the situation may seem to me he's made it more simple for me to look at and be like, oh, ain't that bad.
Yeah. Where's Ryan Davis based out of?
I think Ryan was out of Concord, if I'm not mistaken.
Concord? Okay. Yeah, dude. He's like, how big is he now? Does he tour now?
Yeah,
he's a headliner.
Yeah,
that tours nationally.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely. He's a black dude, bald or shaved head.
No, it's
a little stockier build.
I think it's brush cut.
Brush cut. Yeah, no, I know what this is. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. You got advice from him. How did you get connected with him? Was he just at Charlotte Mike's or?
No, I think he's seen me perform at the Comedy Zone in 2017. I was okay. I did like 3 minutes, got off stage and dapped him up or whatever.
Was this in front of a big audience, like a guest spot, or was this? I think it was mic?
I think it was an open mic, so it was like a medium level audience.
Okay.
So I had went there, but he's friends with Tyrone. So I had told Tyrone, I was like, yo, I wanna talk to him because Ryan he's at that level.
Yeah.
And dude, like I can't describe what it's like watching him perform. Like I'd be like, damn, this motherfucker is different.
Yeah. Does he have a lot of energy on stage?
Yeah. But the energy is like it just depends on the joke. I think for him it may depend on the joke. Like I can't that's a conversation you have to have with him. But it's just like
you get Ryan Davis on the podcast?
Yeah. But he almost makes it seem like he just makes it so simple to look at.
Yeah.
Like even if it's a crazy ass subject, I'll be like, damn.
Yeah. He'll simplify it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a really good piece of advice. So it's more important. It's really important to be interesting, not just funny. I love that because I like to think, like, I don't know, really weird ideas are very I like those better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Versus just like a fat guy going up there and making fun of his belly. Like,
Bro, I hate it because the thing about it is it ain't just like whenever I watch comedy, I don't want to just watch it because I love it. I want to be able to watch it because I want to be able to watch somebody that's going to make me push my pen a lot more.
Yeah.
So then the next time I go on stage, I want to try to be better than what I recently was. Cause I don't, you want to be around people that's going to make you push your performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that comes into like which market you're living in and everything. I think ultimately that's why you move to different markets is like if you move to a bigger city, there's going to be better comedians around you that you can be around and watch and perform around, and that makes you better just by being by those people.
I just do it. I just wanted to move because of the consistency. Like everybody keeps wanting to ask me, Chavis, why'd you move? And I'll tell them a change of pace.
Change of pace.
I don't even know what the hell that meant.
Dude, no. Well,
I didn't even know what it meant.
Well, I know what it means. It means you had all the mics. And in Greenville, dude. Greenville's sweet, man.
Yeah, I told.
You're like 15 minutes away. Greenville's awesome.
Yeah, I told my lady. I was like,
it's on the come up.
Yeah,
Sure.
I want to move. I was like, I want to move because I was like, dude, it's like, let's see, South Carolina, Greenville area. It's like 2.5 hours away from Atlanta. I was like, why the hell not?
Yeah, for sure. And then Atlanta could be the next stop.
Mm-hmm.
Have you performed down in Atlanta before?
I've never performed down in Atlanta.
Yeah, there's some good mics down there, man.
I want to.
They got a good scene.
I want to mess with Atlanta a little bit.
You want to what?
I want to mess with Atlanta a little bit.
Yeah, man. Laughing Skull's a good one to go down to.
Yeah, I was saying, you and Matt perform down there.
Yeah, man.
And I'd be like, damn, I want to.
Yeah.
Go down.
Did you? Yeah, it's that's the best mic I've ever been to. Really. Have you been in the club before?
With the
Laughing Skull?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Yeah, it's a small room, but they have like the stage. Have you been to Coffee Underground before or never? Okay, I was trying to compare it to a room, But anyway, it's a small room. It's probably like the size of my apartment, honestly, like just going back. And then they have like kind of bleacher seating in the way back. But like all the tables are like right there. And they have resident comics that perform. And so they're like real good. So the open mic, they'll have good people at the beginning to get the crowd warmed up. And then they'll make the lineup like newer people, like open micers, like us 2 years and under or whatever. And then they'll have, more experienced people. So the whole show, there's a lot of good momentum. And the crowd is ready to laugh typically. And usually it sells out. So the whole room is full, but it's a small room. So like your jokes, like the short good ones that you have, like those should hit. And you only get 4 minutes, but it's usually great. And they'll record your set too. You pay them $20 and they'll record like a high quality HD video of your set with the good audio. And Laughing Skull's the shit, man.
Yo, fun fact about me, I hated recording myself.
You hate recording yourself? You gotta do that.
I hated recording myself. I would always get told, Chavis, you gotta record yourself. Chavis, you gotta record yourself. And I'm like,
Tyrone said that?
No, it was actually Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson?
Yeah.
Who's
Zach,
that? Is he a big comic?
He was on Kevin Hart's.
Oh, you want to put the mic up to your...
It was on Kevin Hart's show.
Dude, how are you knowing all these famous people?
I've just been around. I like just going up and talking to people.
Dude, good shit, man. I love talking to celebrities. It's so cool. I whore out for celebrities, man.
I don't know what it is, but whenever I'm around them, I don't even get that feeling. When I first see them, I'm like, but then further on, I'm like,
Yeah. You got to learn how to play it cool. It's like talking to a hot girl.
Yeah,
It's like
like whenever
you're not that hot. You're just a girl.
When I got to see DL Hughley in person.
Yeah, how was that, man?
Bro, when I was sitting in the seat, when I walked in the Comedy Zone, whole room is packed. I was like, damn. And then I said, like at the very corner, basically where you see the bar and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So DL walks in and he's in his suit and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's fucking DL. He like,
oh my gosh,
that feeling was just like, I was like, damn. That suit is clean.
I know,
dude.
Like, he dresses well.
Like bro, what money look like.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that swag.
I ain't never seen money until I seen money.
You know he brings his dog with him?
Yeah.
Did you see the dog?
I seen the dog.
What kind of dog is it?
I don't know, but it's a big ass.
It's a big ass dog.
Yeah,
Jalen. You know Jalen, right? Mm-hmm. DJs and stuff. He told about meeting DL Hughley, and the dog like kind of stampeded at him, like just ran up towards him. He's like, "Oh my god!" And DL Hughley like wrangled him back in.
That is a big ass. Like, bro, I didn't even know he had a dog.
Yeah.
When after his show, I was going because I wanted to take a picture with him. I didn't say nothing because I wanted to be like, hey DL, like I'm a comedian. I just wanted to, but I was like, nah, I just wanted to take a picture. And
yeah,
it's like because I'm thinking to myself, I see him again.
You should say you're a comedian. If you say you're a comedian, they'll open up.
Yeah,
I want like, oh, cool. Like it'll be way different than a normal person.
Yeah, I wanted to do that, but I just didn't get that feeling.
Yeah.
So I went to go take a picture, and I seen this dog. I was like, "That is one big ass dog."
Yeah, yeah.
And I took my picture with him, and I left.
Yeah, yeah. That's a way to do it. Do you know who David Tell is?
Yeah, I went. In fact, Dave was in Charlotte.
Did you go?
I wanted to.
Yeah, we went. A couple of us went, and we got a picture with him, and I had the same vibe that you did. I did not. When we went up to, it was after the show, and he kind of came out outside where the people were standing in line to get into the second show, and he was, taking pictures with a few people. And I could tell he was starting to wrap it up and go back inside, and I was like, eh. But Alexis, she's another comic I'll probably have on soon. She's like, let's get a picture. She like jumped down and was real aggressive. She's like, hi, Dave. Like, and so she got a picture, and then the rest of us just were like, fuck it, we'll go down there. And I just stood there, took one picture, and then my other buddy said, yeah, we're comics. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I didn't feel comfortable saying it, but as soon as we said that, David Tell was like, oh, that's great. He was like, I think we should have a competition to see who could open, for these local shows. Like, have like a showcase to compete to see who does it. I think because maybe the openers weren't that strong for that show. I don't know. I don't want to shit on it, but yeah, man. As soon as you say you're comics, like they'll open right up because they know exactly
that feeling.
Yeah. Or the cool comics will. Like I feel like DL Hughley's probably like that. He's super cool.
I think DL would have been like that. I just didn't. It just didn't come to me because I think the fan in me was like, bro, you are really a king of comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what that level is like.
Yeah. For sure, dude.
And I was like, I just can't muster up the courage to say I'm a
because I'm not even anything compared to
because I was like man, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna be compared to you, but I was like I hope I'm better.
Yeah. Me too. Shit. Yeah, man. The celebrity presence is interesting though. Because I don't know if you saw like the clips we put out of episode 50 when we have David Koechner on the podcast, the guy from The Office and Anchorman. Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see that? Oh, that like made my life. Have you seen The Office and Anchorman?
I've seen like clips of The Office and stuff like that.
Okay, maybe this won't be
the guy with Ben Stiller.
Well,
I know ain't Ben Stiller in The Office?
No. I don't think so.
That's a different guy. That's a different guy. My fault.
Well, you're younger. You're younger too. This is what makes me feel old. Like Anchorman's an old movie. Like that came out in 2003 with Will Ferrell and Steve Carell and.
I know the Anchorman. I didn't see it, but I know the Anchorman.
You didn't see it, yeah. This guy is the guy with the cowboy hat that says "whammy." That guy. Anyway, he's a big celebrity to me, but when we sat down, we did a podcast interview, and dude, I was so scared. Oh my gosh. He's just this guy. He's big. He's like 6'3", and like at least I think he's taller. I think he's like 6'4", maybe. And he just has this dominating presence, just being in the room with him, and it's just like holy shit. Like I don't know. There's like a gravity to him, and I was like, dude. So I was so nervous when he agreed to do the podcast, and I came the next day with everything. I spent like that 24 hours before he was going to be on camera with me, and I was writing down all these questions. Like I had it so perfectly prepared just in case. But yeah, man. But he was super cool and down to earth. And like when you say, you do stand up or whatever, like
that fit, bro. That I don't know what it is, but that feeling. Like it's one thing when you see them, but when you are actually in the presence of those people that are actually in that area, you just don't. It's like bro, I don't even know what to say. Like what is the and then his bodyguard was there as well. So
yeah, his bodyguard. That adds a level of like what the fuck. Like,
that's whenever I was like, I'm really not about to tell him about my I'm about to just take this picture.
Yeah, if you like,
I
ain't gonna shake his hand too fast. The bodyguard like come take you out.
I ain't want to be like, DL man, I'm a comedian, bro. I'm just trying to. I was like, I'm gonna just take this picture and just go home because he
like pepper spray this dude, bro. He's coming too close. He's talking about
and had the cigar too. He was,
he's a big cigar guy, isn't he? Yeah.
I was like,
Who's your favorite comedian?
My favorite comedian has been Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. Shit, yeah, dude.
Dave and Patrice.
Oh my gosh, those are two awesome picks. Dude, Patrice O'Neal, he's the biggest asshole in the world, dude. Don't you think? Like, I mean, in a good way. Like, I mean that in the best possible way. Like, he didn't give a shit about like what other people were gonna think of him, and he just spoke the truth, and he rebelled against the industry and stuff. There's a good documentary on Comedy Central, or I think it was Comedy Central that put it out.
I watched that doc twice.
Did you watch it twice?
I watched it twice.
Yeah, man. What were your thoughts about that?
My thought was it was just I got a better understanding of what Patrice represented, right? So when you watch the Elephant in the Room before the actual doc, you'll see like
Elephant in the Room was one of his specials.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you watch that and then you're like bro, he's the real deal, right? And then you watch the doc and you're like, damn, I didn't know. I got to see what he represented from. Like he was just a guy. Like it wasn't even just about him being an asshole. It was just about the simple fact that he just wanted the freedom to be able to speak his mind without, everybody being like, well, you can't. He wanted to be able to speak his mind and still be able to make money on top of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you
want to be free.
Yeah. I want to be free without consequences.
Yeah.
And it was a problem. Like he had a thing where he said, I got into comedy because I was a funny kid. Mm-hmm. But then I found out what comedy was and it ain't funny.
Yeah.
And that's whenever I looked at things differently. So I didn't look at stand up as now I look at something as I felt like I was a talented person because I could make people laugh. But now I'm just like, I got a point to prove.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's not stand up is brutal. Mm-hmm. It's a grind. It's not just all about,
it ain't
it's not funny. I like that line.
to a lot of people, like to the outside world, it looks like you're a guy that just you just go up there and just make people laugh.
It's fun and games.
But to us, that shit hurts. Like, I tell people, I was like, dude, y'all don't understand. We are horrible people.
Yeah.
Comedians are horrible people.
Fucked up. For sure, dude.
Like y'all, if y'all think y'all have it bad, go to a comedy club and listen to the things that people say.
Yeah. There's a lot of sadness coming through. But at the same time, I feel like it makes me happier than anything I've ever tried.
Yeah, it may like y'all cope with it by however you cope with it, but to actually be that vulnerable, having to tell people what you think, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's scary as hell. That's why most people don't do it. I like that documentary a lot, though. I remember the name. I think the documentary is called "Killing Is Easy" because I think Patrice said that "Killing is easy." I don't know what he meant by that. I think maybe he meant like killing's easy, but can you really be like, different?
Yeah, I think only he could explain it.
I'm sure. I'm guessing, but he was just such a unique voice, and was so fearless that like. And he pissed off a lot of people.
That perspective was, I think that's probably why he became a favorite of mine, because I feel so close to what he was, because I'll be like, because there are times where even I'm sitting here thinking to myself like, yo, there's so many things that I want to say, but I just haven't figured out a way to just say it.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like reading the text or typing the text message, and then you look over the text message, you're like, man, I'm about to just delete this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you get on stage more, you figure out how to like find ways to like make those ideas work, like the deeper ideas. Like I remember Louis C.K. Talks about in a documentary or just an interview clip where he made a decision to come up with a new hour every year. Like George Carlin was doing at the time. But to do that, he was like, holy shit, how do I come up with new material? And he kind of said, you start by doing simple stuff. You make jokes about dogs and airplanes and simple stuff in your life. And then you get a little deeper because you burn those jokes are gone. Then you start talking about your life and your family and your relationships, and then you burn those, and those are gone. And then you start talking about your feelings and like how you process life, and then those are gone. And then he said eventually you start talking about your balls, and yeah. But basically, yeah, like as you do stand up, you grow as you're doing it. So like, like, but I feel like that too. I feel like there's a lot of shit like I haven't talked about yet in terms of like my background or like, playing football. I haven't talked a lot about that, or just growing up in my household, what that's like. There's a lot of stuff I haven't even touched yet, but because I don't really know how to make that funny yet. But
that's exactly how I feel. Like when I, like whenever I talk about something such as suicide or whatever, right? And
suicide,
yeah,
rough. Name the podcast after suicide.
It was a subject that I didn't know how to touch, and then eventually, after the first time that I had talked about it or whatever, then it became a thought, and I was like, okay, these are different things, because I may not have wanted to be the guy to do it, but I knew people that were like, yo, you. Like, this is something that I was dealing with. So then now I could be like, okay, now I have something.
Yeah. Yeah, suicide's a iffy topic to talk about on stage. But at the same time, like, dude, I think since COVID, there's like record numbers of people that have struggled with depression, anxiety. Like, everybody can relate to that feeling of like, man, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna kill myself, but like, fuck. Like,
yeah, that especially
I feel rough.
Especially those that have dealt with depression. Like, I was like, cause I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, damn, do I have depression?
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there, and
I think about it long enough, you will.
Yeah, and I took time to research.
You know, let me like, what is depression?
I took time to research. Like, I was like, okay, depression, and then all of these different types of depression came, and I was like, nah, I ain't got that shit.
I'm not that sad. Yeah,
nah, I ain't trying to self-diagnose. I'm good.
Dude,
I ain't got it. I'm just, it's just one of those days. That's all it is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude. I think everybody's got a little bit of, you get the scaries, you get down.
I left I ain't want to talk about a subject that I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So if it was a touchy subject, then I had to, like, when people say, like, Chavis, you can't talk about rape, I'm like, I can't talk about actually you getting raped because I don't.
So you got raped?
No. Like, I don't know, but I could just, but I could
rape me
find
so I know what it's like.
Yeah. I could find a way to find
back to the
something.
jail. Yeah.
Somewhere there's a way for me to talk about it. And
yeah. I won't try that, but yeah. No, for sure, dude.
But depression, like, I looked at that, and I had recently seen a girl do a Facebook post. Well, not recently, it was like some months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
But she did a post, and she was talking about how her mental was, and the fact that she had lost weight and things like that. And I was like, and I looked at myself, and I said, I'm still fat. So
you're not fat, bro.
I'm really fat.
No, you're not, dude. I think I think you wear it well. Whatever
this it seems that way.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you got a little bit of lose if you wanted, but you got Morty's face on there. Yeah.
But that right there is what I still looked at it, and I was like, nah, I don't have that shit, so
right,
I'm good.
Yeah, it's yeah, man. I think everybody gets bummed out, but not everybody has clinical depression. It's hard to diagnose, but I was actually thinking that's one of the reasons I put this show out on a Monday morning, because that's when I feel the most like, oh, fuck, like Mondays, dude. I freaking hate it. So like, I make myself publish it on a Monday morning, and then I kind of hope that if people like to tune in, then it's like a good way to start their week. Like, well, this idiot's doing a podcast.
Yeah.
There's like something that they can listen to and maybe ease into their work day. Like, that's how I like to think about it.
And that's the whole thing. Like, but whenever I wanted to do my podcast originally, it was just because I wanted to talk stand up. And then I got to a point where I was like, well, not only was it just from the fact that I would rather just be on stage,
yeah,
but it was also the fact that I looked at the landscape of things, and I was like, damn, I really don't even like interviewing people.
Yeah, I do for some reason, but yeah, man, if that's not, I mean, there's a lot of podcasts out there, so if that's not your thing, it's totally cool. You can find other ways to put stuff out.
I was like, bro, I don't even like interviewing people as much as I thought I did. I was like, I'd rather just be on other people's podcasts. And
there you go. Yeah, man, I hear you. And when I started this one, I had already been doing comedy for like a year, and I think I told myself that, like, if I started this, like, I'm starting it, and like, I'm not going to stop. Like, I will not stop. So I had to structure it a way where I wouldn't stop, because I'm actually pretty disciplined with stuff that I commit to. So I wanted to kind of get my feel for like how it would go. So I had 3 episodes recorded before we put any out, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty chill. We could do this. And
I did. I will see, the thing with me is, whenever I did the podcast, I definitely enjoyed the first season of everything. And
how many episodes did you do the first season?
I think I did around maybe 10.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah,
but I don't even. But whenever I did the episodes, it was a fun thing for me, right? And and then I just got tired.
Yeah, dude, you can't get tired. You can't get tired.
But it wasn't it. But like I said, it wasn't the whole idea of the podcast. It was just the fact that I was just like, for one, I'd rather just do stand up. I'm really not even upset with Tyrone about what he said. I was like, damn, you right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I do love having a microphone in my hand and just talking. Like
you might as well just focus on stand up, and then who knows? Like in a couple of years after you've like done it a lot, you're like, I'm ready to because the other thing of waiting a year to start mine was like you already knew a lot of people, but like I knew a lot of people in comedy just from that first year, so I was like, I got a bunch of people I could ask to come do this, to kind of build it out and stuff to talk about and. So it made it a little easier, but yeah, podcasting, man. There's a shit ton of podcasts out there.
It's a joke.
Everybody's got a podcast.
Watching not only just watching podcasts, but it's also the thought of like just being able to just take time and like. It taught me a lot about people that I became friends with and their thoughts on things. And So that was one of the things that I appreciated, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I was like, I was sitting there like, damn, like, yo, there's a whole lot of things that I want to say myself, but I ain't never been on no platforms to do it. And
you talk about the other person more than yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like
do a one-man podcast if you wanted. Just talk about your, Bill Burr style. I really like the interview format because I realized I wasn't having a lot of conversations in my everyday life where I wasn't like distracted by my phone. Mm-hmm. It's just like attention on like the conversation.
Yeah.
So this is a great way to have like good conversation. I mean, sure, like we're recording and stuff. it's put out, but eventually you get used to that and you just forget about it. So like, yeah, man.
Like you don't, bro. You just don't. It's just one of those things where you may not even know. You may not even realize it. But it's just you find out a lot about yourself.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I've definitely find out how much I hate doing interviews. It's nothing against everybody that I have interviewed, because believe me, I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I just like talking about me.
Well, speaking of, I want to know more about you. So, 23. Do you have siblings?
I have three brothers. One is my actual brother. The other two, like, they became brothers over time because my dad was married to my.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 brothers. Or wait, so you say 3
I
brothers?
I really have just one brother.
One brother?
But I definitely claim the other 2 as my brothers, because the relationship that we have built over time. So I never stopped calling them my brothers.
Are you the oldest of the 4?
I am.
Okay.
Well, but the crazy thing is one of them is born on the same day as me.
Okay. When's your birthday?
My birthday is February 12th.
February 12th. Okay. Good deal. I don't know what sign that is.
It's Aquarius.
You're an Aquarius? Do you know what that means?
I don't
know shit about signs either. I don't know why I asked you that. Girls always ask about that on dates now. They're like, "Oh, Scorpio, you're trouble." I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah. So there's some guys that'll be like man, y'all you Aquarius, bro. I don't fuck with those. I be like, bro, I don't even know what the hell that means.
Right.
Like I know what my zodiac sign is, but that's as far as it goes.
Right.
Because if I'm not mistaken, astrology, that stuff changes all the time. So they stay stuff to make it fit your personality and stuff like that.
I don't really buy into it.
It's stupid.
Yeah. And some girls get real specific with it. They'll ask you like, what hour and minute of the day were you born? Because that'll tell you even more about like. And I'm like, okay.
And now they got stuff where they do it with the palm of your hand. And
the palm reading shit.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were the oldest. Yeah, I was the oldest too. Did you feel pressure to like be an example for the younger bros? No, you didn't.
I didn't. My I also have a sister, so she's older than me.
Okay.
but no, I didn't.
Okay, so you weren't the oldest. So she's the oldest, but okay.
Like we're like it's weird, but we don't now. Me and my sister, we have the same mom, but not the same dad. So,
Okay,
but when you ask me, did I think about being a role model? Absolutely not.
no,
Because I don't. Because the thing about it is, excuse me, in the beginning, when my dad was was moving on from my mom, I was a guy that hated having brothers. Like when my brothers came to me and they was like, yeah, Chavis, our mom is going to marry your dad, and I was like, no,
yeah,
fuck that.
yeah.
Hey, bro, you're not going to be my brothers, right?
Because you wanted them to stay together, the original.
Because that's where my selfishness was bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if that's even being selfish. That's hard on them.
Yeah.
How old were you when this has happened?
I was a kid.
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude, that's super hard, man. I can't imagine. My parents stayed together. I had it easy.
It was hard in the beginning, but then over time, it's like you begin to accept it, and then over time I just got okay with it. But I didn't want to be a role model. That was nowhere near. I was like, I look at myself as a mistake. But not a born mistake though. Not a born mistake. But I'm saying, like, if there's ever an example for you to look at all the things that may have done wrong, just look at me as a guy that says, okay, don't do this. And maybe you can learn from the things that I may have done or not did. And I would hope that you would be better than what I was.
So just be an example is what not to do.
Yeah, just be. I look. That's why I say mistake. Just don't look at me and be like, man, I look up to you.
Yeah, I'm not a role model. Who said that? There was an athlete that said I'm not a role model. I can't remember who it was. Allen Iverson? I don't know. I feel like it was some basketball player that says I am not a role model.
Yeah, who the hell wants that kind of pressure?
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
It's because the thing about it is what I've learned to figure out, paying attention to the guys that I've looked up to, right? And the things that they were dealing with, especially still dealing with, being famous.
Yeah.
It's like when you make a mistake, people forget that you're human. Yeah. And they be like, I can't do this with you because you done did such and so. Yeah. And it's like, bro, if it was anybody else, you wouldn't even care. But because it's me, you look at me and you say, I can't do it anymore. Yeah. It's kind of an unfair expectation. But moms in America be like, LeBron, you gotta be nice. Yeah, like everybody, like you get to the certain level in your field or whatever, and then people look at you and they be like, man, I look up to you. Yeah. If I ever make it, do not tell me that. Do not tell me that. Yeah. 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 It's hard, man. Yeah, I did therapy for the first time today. I have my first therapy appointment, and I'm the oldest. And the guy asked, like, did you feel extra pressure to perform and be a role model? And I said, yeah. I definitely did. But yeah, man, I don't know. You don't always ask for it. It's just like you sometimes. Yeah, you don't ask for it, but you just, like, as parents, I think sometimes, like, I'm not a parent, but I'm pretty sure the way that parents feel is they feel like they have to do right by their child or whatever. I think, when my dad left, I was pissed about it, right? But then later on, I was like, you know what, maybe him leaving wasn't actually so bad, because then I learned to be able to let go of certain things, so it doesn't like get to me as much as it would somebody else. That's really mature to be able to let go of stuff. That's so I tell people all the time, like they'll tell me something, I'll be like, you just let it go. Yeah. Yeah, like the couch fight with their girl. Yeah, just let it go. Yeah. Do you still talk to your dad? Yeah. I still have a complete relationship with my dad, because I think when I don't talk about my dad, people will be like, "Man, your dad was in your life." I was like, "Bro, he was."
Yeah.
I just don't talk about it because I think that father son relationship has been one of the healthiest things for me, because personally he was the guy that said, Chavis, look, he was like, I had everything it was to be able to be, a certain thing or whatever, because I think he wanted to, play in the NBA or whatever. I don't remember, but he would tell me how he didn't have the determination, right? So I made a vow that I would have that. So even if you took away everything else, like, even if my woman was to leave, I'd still be a comedian.
Yeah. So you want to have that determination.
Yeah, because that doesn't go away. Like, I want to be able to make a promise to myself that, look, I don't want to have to look back at. First of all, I don't even want to be one of those guys to be like, man, back in my day.
Yeah. Those guys that like show their high school championship.
They'd be like, man,
get you one of these.
They go
babies
back
and memories.
They still go to high school games, and they'll be like, man, back in '85, boy. I didn't want to be that. So I was like,
I hear you, man.
I was like, yo, I'm just gonna. I love this, and I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool thing with if you keep doing it and stuff. Like, I'm doing cool shit right now. I gotta talk about
I don't want to
glory days too much.
I don't want to look back in my life and tell anybody that I was sorry.
Yeah. Or like have any regrets like that, like.
Like, dude, if anybody asks me, do I have any regrets? I tell them no. I don't have any regrets. I don't look back. If I look back at something in my life, it's just because I'm talking about a story or whatever. But I don't look back at that stuff and be like, it was so bad.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
Worst thing, I don't know. Like that whatever it was, I had written it down.
You wrote it down?
I wrote it
forgot
down.
About it?
I write it down. Like, if there's something going on, I write it down and I just forget about it.
Okay.
Cause my memory, do I have great memory? Of course I do.
Yeah.
Like, my memory is inexplainable. But but like I said, I just write it down and I just forget about it.
I got you. You don't have any examples of a bad thing?
Nope.
A dumpster fire story?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
All right, that's fine. That's a question I used to ask on the show like a while ago. But yeah, man, it's good to not have regrets. I regret not starting stand-up sooner. That's one of the things. But other than that, I don't know. Kind of feel like life, you kind of have to like learn by living it, and you're gonna learn things when you're ready to learn them. So like, it's kind of pointless to go back and regret when or how things happen.
Yeah,
it's corny to say things happen for a reason, but they kind of do.
I believe it does, but I'm not one of those guys. You know what a word that I don't believe in?
What?
Mature.
Mature? Interesting. Why not?
Because I don't really understand, like, because no matter what age you get to, you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't believe in the word mature.
That's a good point. Mature, because mature means you're done developing, sort of. Like you're at the end.
Yeah,
no matter what age you are, there's still more to learn.
Yeah, it feels like I've already done. I done already did that. Like, how when you talk to people, they'll be like, man, I done did that already.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, you still make mistakes along the way. Yeah. Like no matter what age you at, people still mess up all the time. Like,
yeah.
There are people that are married and still cheat. So
yeah. Yeah. And a marriage is never done. I've read books about it, and I know marriages work always. Like, you can't take your foot off the gas ever in a marriage, or
marriage
go sideways. It's like a living organism, and then if you don't feed it,
Yeah, marriage
turn against you.
Marriage, relationships, all of that stuff still stays under construction. So it never stops being what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a guy where I tell people, I make it simple for people to know me. I say, look, I'm just a guy that's just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. 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 It's a good way to put it, man. I feel the same way. Yeah. It's good to have that kind of open mindset too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I hate people that say they have it all figured out. I cannot stand them. People that are certain about like life or whatever.
Yeah.
Like whether that's a pastor or like a motivational speaker or a freaking, I don't know, politician. I hate politicians because they'll tell you, I have all the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Vote for me. And then we'll do all these things, and then life will be great. I'm like, you're full of shit, dude. You got a lot of doubt about your real life and who you really are and how the world really works. And you're not exposing any of your vulnerabilities. You're just
the truth is
just riling up a hungry crowd. Screw those types of people. I'd rather be just the guy trying to figure it out, like you're saying.
The truth is, I don't get mad at politicians. I just get mad at people
For following them.
Yeah,
you idiot sheep, dude.
Because
neither party here has got your best interest in mind, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
my mom sometimes would call me and she'd be like, "Chavis, you got to vote for certain so." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm cool."
Yeah.
Like I don't know, bro. I don't pay attention to politics enough to say like there'll be certain things that pop up every once in a while. Like my like earlier, like my grandmother had recently had a birthday and she was telling me, she was like, yeah, Trump was going to do so and so. I was like, he's not doing that. I said Trump,
she was afraid of something that
I don't think it was. I think she was just looking at the landscape of what he was doing or the things.
Or maybe a news company made a headline that was like exaggerated or something. Or
yeah, because the whole thing about it is, no matter whether you like a certain person or not, you're going to have to vote for them in order to, like, we gotta have a president, no matter how you look at it. You know what I mean? So whether I vote or not, they still got to be in office.
Yeah, yeah. And one vote doesn't matter. That's actually true.
Yeah,
statistically,
they be like, yo, like I think
people say that. Well, what if everybody thought like that?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody doesn't think like that. Therefore, you don't have to vote.
Nah, I'm cool. Because when the whole campaign for Biden was, yo, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And I was like, nah, I'm still black, dog.
Did that piss you off?
It didn't piss me off. I was just like, nah, I'm still black.
Yeah, that's what Biden said. He said, if you vote for Donald Trump, you ain't black.
And I'd be like,
I was like, what the fuck, Biden? I want to go easy on Biden because I think he's senile. I don't know if he knows what he's saying half the time, so I don't think he's maybe. I don't know. I don't even think he's a bad person, but
I just didn't understand it because I mean,
no shit, me neither.
You know, like when you in my situation, I'm like, bro, I don't pay attention to that stuff enough to really have an emotion about it.
Yeah,
I know there'll probably be some people that are like, man, you should be pissed. I'm like, for what,
dude? Yeah, I used to be really politically like, I used to care a lot about it. I used to get fired up about it. I'd follow it like sports. You know how people get real emotional about sports and they'll follow their candidate or whatever. And I realized I just didn't have anything else going on in my life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad when people get so hung up on politics. It's like, dude, you should like pick up a hobby or some shit. Like you should try, pottery or something. Like do something creative and fun. Or
the two things that people get easily convinced in is religion and politics.
Yeah, dude.
Those two things. You can't debate with people about that stuff. No,
because they believe it so strongly.
Yeah, like that is. I didn't realize how much of a belief it was until I actually seen, like, people still have "Make America Great Again" on their damn car. Like that's whenever you realize what the landscape of a lot of stuff. And I I'd be looking at stuff like, yo, you.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of sad, actually. I have kind of a theory about all that, but like, you know, if you don't have a lot else going on in your life, number one, you might be more willing to accept or just buy into the political or the religion. And if you truly don't have anything else going on, like those structures are like meaning structures.
Yeah.
That make sense of all the other depressing aspects of just being alive and being a human. Not that their lives are even bad. Like they could have money and a house and everything, but you need a meaning structure to get you through life. You need something to explain why we're here, what the meaning of life is, a purpose. And if you can't come up with your own, sometimes you need religion to tell it to you.
Yeah.
Or you need a politician to tell it to you. And those people are the ones typically, I think, that are most fervent and strong in their beliefs in those, and they're the most impossible to talk to about it, because if you disagree with them, then they'll be like, well, that you're targeting my whole meaning of life, and like it's a threat to me.
In sports you can be able to change somebody's mind about something. Like
sports you can, yeah.
Because all it takes is somebody just doing something great, and then you can be able to make a debate about that. But you know, Republicans and Democrats and Christians, Muslims and stuff. Yeah. I read about it and I leave it alone.
Yeah.
So at least just in case I ever run into that conversation, at least I have knowledge.
No,
about
it's so much better to leave it alone if you can. There's so much better positive stuff to talk about in life, you know. The world's pretty beautiful. Stop and look around. I think, you know.
I didn't want to be like I have a thing with my family. Like there are family members that'll be like, yo, Chavis, like it's a dangerous world out here. And I'm like, well, I still gotta go out.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
it's a dangerous world, sure. But what are you gonna do? Just stay inside, be afraid?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah. Jim Carrey had a speech that it's you know, it's a graduation speech, kind of emotional, maybe a little corny, but he said you make choices in your life out of two motivations: fear or love. And I think that was the end of the speech. He said, choose love and never let fear turn you against your playful heart.
Yeah.
I was like, mic drop, bro.
I know Dave used to have a thing. Dave has a thing where where he said, you know, you can't, if I'm not mistaken, I think he said you can't be courageous without fear. Mm-hmm. The thought of being courageous is that even though you're scared, you do the right thing anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, you know, that Jim Carrey quote didn't mean that fear wouldn't be present. It definitely will be, but make your decisions based on love despite the fear instead of shying away from things out of fear, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what being brave is.
I'm probably not as proud to talk about the things that I do, but I know it's got to be necessary somewhere. If
it's in you, you got to get it out.
Yeah, but maybe I don't even do it for me. I think sometimes I just want to be able to give somebody a reflection and say, you know, hey, I'm probably the same way, or I feel the same way about something.
Yeah, if you're being honest, there's typically people that will relate to it. Mm-hmm. If you're being real honest.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be surprised. Like, this is so fucked up. This could only be my problem. Like, nah, dude, I've been there. Yeah.
It's truly a genuine thought that I be having about a lot of things, which is why I don't like just going. I prefer it being on stage because at least I feel a lot more free about it. Yeah. And I can find a different way to be able to cope with that instead of just having to
bottle it up.
Yeah, bro. If I bottle something up, I will cry.
Yeah, dude.
I can't.
You're a crier?
I'm a crier.
Do you cry during movies?
No.
7
pounds Will Smith. I did.
You did? Yeah. 7 pounds Will Smith.
When he that.
Do you still like Will Smith after he slapped Chris Rock?
I have no problem.
No problem with
No,
it?
I'm just kidding. So when people talk to me about the Will Smith situation,
Uh-huh.
this is the angle that I go with. I say, look, y'all are stupid for thinking that he slapped him due to his wife. That was not the case.
Really? Okay.
He slapped him due to the fact that he had already been hurt in the first place. Because so think about it like this. Let's say that there's something going on in your household, right?
Uh-huh.
And it pisses you off. But you don't take it out on the person that you should have been taking it out on. You take it out on someone else because you don't have the courage to address the elephant in the room.
Right.
That was what he was dealing with.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. He was laughing at the joke at first.
Yeah.
But it was her. Like she just acted like she didn't, it was like,
Yeah.
And he felt like he had to do something. But it was like, bro, you was hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah, he was hurt by what she was doing, not Chris Rock.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with Chris. It had everything to do with her. He just has not been able to say anything.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's got to be more of a man in his freaking marriage, I thought.
I'm like, bro,
or dump the
you gotta pay attention to what Will Smith is. Will Smith has always been an encouraging, positive person who always wanted to win by doing well in his movies.
Yeah.
And for the first time we seen a man that just got destroyed and didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. That was a public meltdown, dude. That was pretty.
And everybody's like, I can't believe it. But I'm like, bro, did y'all ever think to ask, how is Will feeling?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're just like, you call him a cuck, Yeah. Like, you're just being a failure. But like, dude, he's got to be going through some stuff for that to be the outburst. And there's probably way more going on.
Yeah. Like,
so Will Smith deserves more empathy.
Yeah, I know. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Will. I'm just like, I was I upset about the slap? Of course I was, but I wasn't. But then I had to think about it. But then I had to look at it from a different angle. I had to be like, yo, he's not really mad at Chris. He's mad at her, but he just can't deal with it. And nobody seems to be asking how the man feels.
Yeah,
and this is why men don't like telling nobody about their mental health.
Yeah. Therapy's good.
Because nobody cares to ask.
Yeah. You ever been to therapy? No? My first session today, so great. Like I'm healed better. No. But it's good to have somebody to talk to. I'm a fan of therapy after my first session. I don't even know. I just talked for a while and he just listened. But yeah, man, guys don't really talk about their feelings much. Which there's a time and a place. I mean, I think guys, don't have to be emotional all the time. But, have somebody to talk to. And Will Smith could use somebody to talk to.
My girl would ask me. She was like, I think she had asked me about therapy. I was like, nah, fuck therapy. I'm good.
So you're trying to bottle your feelings up.
No, hell no. I can't. Like I said, I'm not afraid to admit. Listen, if I hold something in long enough, I'm probably gonna break down. Boy, there's a 100% chance I'm gonna break down.
Well, that's what happened to me when I punched my buddy in the face. I held in that resentment, and then all of a sudden, just pop! It was like a Will Smith moment. It was like it wasn't about Eric. It wasn't about what he said just then. It was about all the times they made fun of me, and it just got to me.
Like it ain't like sometimes it ain't always about the action, but it's about the build up for that to lead up to what it is. So
that's a great point, man. I actually hadn't thought about that in that way. I mean, I knew it had something to do with his marriage, but I didn't stop and take the time to think like, holy shit, like there was a lot of build up probably, with Will, and he must be in pain probably.
Mm-hmm. He just
that
can't.
Was just the outcome of
he just hasn't. He just like, bro. I'm like, bro. You got to think about what this man is. This man has been open about everything else. The one thing he hasn't talked about, his own damn marriage. The woman that he sleeps with every night. He has not been able to address her.
Yeah.
So like what? So you got to think about it. The man was They was in front of the red table.
Yeah.
And she said, "I had an entanglement," and this was his face.
Yeah.
That right there is a man that just could not take it.
Yeah.
And he broke, and mentally he just broke down. And after that shit, he just had enough. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not bad. I'm not bad at Will.
Yeah. That's hard, man.
But therapy, you know, will I ever go to therapy? I don't know. Just depends on how bad it is.
Yeah. Yeah, you should think about it, man. I mean, you're pretty young, so I'm in my 30s, so. The guy was like, I kind of asked him, well, what do you think? Because I talked a lot. He's like, yeah, like, well, you know, see, you got to sort through the weeds a little bit. You got some work to do, but it's not anything, you know.
So when you went to therapy, what was it about? Was it about you internally or just?
Well, it was the first meeting, so he told me his background, and then I kind of told him mine, and I just started to get it, like where I was from, my siblings, my job, different things. Like stand-up, talking about starting that, talked about stopping drinking and how like I feel like I'm in a better place, but I still want to figure out like more about what I want out of the future. And his goal was he said how he thinks about therapy is he wants you to like be able to wake up every day and feel like you're representing your authentic self in the world, and you're not representing an imposter. So you're representing yourself, an imposter, or a splintered version of yourself.
Yeah.
Like some of you, but also, you know, you're kind of like, you know, shying away from things. You're not being totally honest because you're people pleasing. And I have a big problem with people pleasing. So, but yeah, man, so that'll be the goal. I really like that. I really do. Because I think we figure out how like who we are with stand up, you know, you find out more about who you are and when an audience judges you because you have to like get out your authentic self to like do well. Otherwise, it seems fake and weird when you're up there. Because you're afraid.
I couldn't deal with that. Like I feel like now that I've mentally got away from the thought of needing to be something on stage. I feel a lot more free to be able to have a microphone in my hand. Like,
dude, the microphone is your therapist right now. Seriously, dude, it is. Fuck it. People say it's cheaper than therapy. As a joke, dude. Stand-up is therapy.
Yeah, sure. Like, bro, even with just me having a microphone in my hand right now, I'm like, bro, this is probably as comfortable as it gets.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
Because this is literally just everything that just gets out and it feels as beautiful as it's gonna get for me.
Yeah, man. We got deep on this interview.
Mm-hmm. The therapy, like that's probably why I don't. Like my woman to be like, yeah, you know, you just don't. Be like,
she wants you to go to therapy?
Hell no. Like,
she doesn't. Okay.
No. I think it was if the thought of therapy ever came, she would probably want me to go or consider it. But I've never considered it because I was like this right here. Yeah, for sure. Has become a wife to me. I love
a wife. I'm married to the mic.
I love just
married to the game.
Mm-hmm. I'm in love with the game.
Love with the game, bro.
I'm in love with the game.
Shit, yeah, dude.
But they got. I know. Is it so? If you had an order of things that you would put in your life, how would you put it?
Like priorities?
Like
in my life?
Like if it was so put it this way. Would you say it's like God, yourself, then stand up and
stand up? I'm just kidding. Number one, stand up. No, I'd say God, family, stand up. Probably. And God, even, you know, I've had wrestling with, you know, my own religion too. I've thought a lot about that, and I still believe in God, but it's been hard reconciling some of the guilt of certain aspects of my religion, but that are hard, and you know, that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, man. And you know, family's hard too because they live far away. So like, you know, I'd probably put my friends pretty high up there too. Like friends that I made through stand-up and relationships I have.
Yeah.
You know, a few close ones at work and, you know, the people that I'm around a lot. Like those relationships kind of like creep up in terms of how important they are. Like the more you spend time with them, the more meaningful they become. So what about you? What would be your ranking?
My ranking is weird.
Is it?
Yeah, because I put
Sex.
I put God first. I put stand-up second.
Okay.
And
where's your girl? Third?
She'd probably be third. It's probably third. But you know what's weird though is everybody keeps wondering like why do you put stand up before your girl, and I'm like, dude, women, they come and go.
Well, if you marry her, dude.
No, I do plan on marrying her, but she would still be number 3. Not nothing against her, but stand up has brought a easier life for me because that's the one thing that I feel like that was the one thing that had saved my life. So from a lot of things that I look at other people that deal with personally, you know, they deal with not being able to be open, so they bottle up a lot of anger and or you know, relationships and they not being able to let stuff go and not paying attention.
Stand up saved your life?
Stand up saved, man.
Dude, that's why this name of this podcast, I think it's getting better. It like makes sense. I did this instead of killing myself. Mm-hmm. That's a different way of saying like it saved my life, you know?
Yeah. It became the thing that I knew whenever I have a microphone in my hand.
Yeah.
I feel a lot like the only times I feel free is when I'm working out or is whenever I'm in a comedy club.
Yeah.
And I may not necessarily be performing. Right. But as long as I'm in that space, I feel right at home.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. Well, dude, how long do you think we've been talking? You see the clock?
I don't know.
It's been 2 hours, so
yeah, it's 7:23.
Yeah, bro. I gotta get running here, unfortunately, but dude, thanks for coming on, man.
I appreciate that.
Do you got any shout outs you want to do, like social media and stuff? I'll link it all, but you want to shout it out for your fans? So
my Instagram, though I deleted that app, but my Instagram is Chavis _Lipscomb. So it's CHAVIS _LIPSCOMB.
It's on the screen.
And my Snapchat is Chavis99.
Yeah, snap him, man. You're making some dick.
Facebook, think it's Chavis Lipscomb. I got like 3 different Facebooks. So
you do?
Yeah, I
want me to link all 3?
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, you can leave my Instagram.
All right.
My Instagram is fine.
Word. Mm-hmm. Sounds good, man. Anything else? Is that it?
No, I just appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for coming out, man. I'm pumped you live here now. I'm sorry it took so long. We talked about this like a year ago. But yeah, dude, it was great. I really had fun talking to you. We got deep. We got philosophical on this one. It was pretty fun. You're a deep man. Yeah. All right, dude. Well, thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next time.